Bridging. What the heck is it? Let's dive into it. Is it scary? Is it dangerous? We don't know. We're going to talk about it. I'm just kidding. Potter knows. I don't know. Welcome back to the channel where we build financial power. Appreciate you sliding by. My name is Matt, and this is
Potter.
Seriously, it means a whole hell of a lot for you to stop by. If you are here live, which is 10 Eastern, Thursday, Friday, or if you're here in playback, we seriously appreciate you. Our intention here on this channel is that whole financial power thing, but we want to document this process. I'm somewhat of a newbie. Been in this world for about 7 months now of DeFi and crypto as a whole. Potter has a much more extensive background, technical analysis, the whole nine. I'm sort of what you would call the common man. And Potter is extremely deep into that world of understanding. So melting both of these worlds together, we see these two different opinions, and it's quite fun. It's quite fun. Today, we want to speak to bridging and I don't know if I've bridged. No, I guess I have. I guess I have bridged before. And when I did it the first time, I remember being terrified, but I'm getting into that way too quickly. First of all, Potter, how you feeling? How you doing over there?
I'm good. No, go with that story because it's a great segue.
So I think when you and I started out, so Potter and I sort of linked up in the early December 2021, and the first project I got into was Bridge, which I gotta say is to this day still the only DeFi crypto that has me like still here. It's still a thing. It's still a thing. It's still a thing. Because as of right now, if you've been living under a rock, everything's down, which is okay. But drip for me is it's created a bit of solace knowing it can be gone tomorrow, but understanding that at least one thing in DeFi is working. Long story short, I was getting into drip, and I remember I had to get, let's see, BUSD to BNB and then buy drip. But then I remember we were messing with AVAX at one point and early on. And I think I migrated some stuff from Coinbase, and I think I had some Ethereum and some Bitcoin and whatnot. So I had to get it from those blockchains over to BNB. And I remember being terrified. Now, I was terrified as a whole because I was like, what the hell am I even doing right now? But that bridging process it's like you're changing interstates. It's like you're crossing literally, it's like crossing from one state to another. You know, it really, really is. So it was terrifying, but the more you do it, the less terrifying it is.
Right. And one of the hardest parts, especially for noobs, is you're going, okay, so is bridging a part of MetaMask? Is bridging a part of blockchain?
Yep.
Is bridging Bitcoin? Is bridging Ethereum? Where does it go?
Mm-hmm.
There's just like, if you're brand new, bridging is like the last thing you want to think about, and it's where I brought you in first.
Yeah, precisely.
Right? And so what we did was, you chose to come in through Bitcoin. So you purchased Bitcoin, and then you use the REN BTC bridge to take that Bitcoin and change it into REN BTC and put it on the Binance Smart Chain.
That's what terrified me.
So what is a bridge? So just like when you go to, Matt, I'll expand it a little bit from country to country. You might have to wear a different car. You might have to drive a different car. You might have to have a different license.
That's good.
If you have a token, but let's say you have a Mercedes-Benz in Germany and you have a Mercedes-Benz in Texas, they're going to drive differently. So there's going to be nuances to them, even though it's the same make, same car on the inside. There's a different shell, you might say. So what a bridge does is it allows that car from another land to run on the land that you're in or the new blockchain. So for example, if I have Bitcoin on Avalanche and I say, oh, I want to buy I want to go to a Bitcoin miner on Binance Smart Chain. Well, you can't just send Binance. You just can't send Bitcoin that's on one blockchain to another. That's where the bridge comes in.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you say that I'm trying to think of something like what is absolutely, I was going to say like the foreign exchange market of how like, US dollars in the US or the Japanese yen, like you can only use that currency there. And I guess you can use different currencies in the US in different countries, but one is just,
Yeah, that's why I like the car
I
idea better, because
agreed. I agree.
the car, it's like, oh, it's the same freaking car.
Yep.
If you change it to currency, well, I know it's worth the same value, but it's a whole different headspace you have to go in.
Yeah. And ultimately when you're in the BNB world, when you're on that blockchain, you can't use XRP. You can't use Bitcoin. You have to use BNB. So basically you have to transfer it from one to the other. And what was interesting was the first time I did that, because I had bought Bitcoin way back in 2017 when everybody else was starting to buy it. Terrible time for myself to buy it. So then I had to put it to REN BTC and all that. So took forever. And that's a good question. When are bridges needed? Why are bridges needed, and why?
Well, it goes to what we're saying. Like if you want to take Bitcoin from one blockchain and go into another position on another blockchain, then it's important that you have something that you can trust to move it over. Last year, there were only a handful that you could trust. Because when you're brand new to it, I don't care if you're transferring from one wallet of yours to another wallet. That period of wait.
It's true.
Oh my God, it's gone. Oh my God, it's gone. Oh my God, it's gone. With a bridge, wow. You want a bridge. I like to find bridges that are very transparent. What's happening next? Like, tell me where it is. And so there are some, one is Rango.
Okay.
Scott told me about another one yesterday. One second. And these are, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to talk.
You're good. No, you're good. Go ahead and find that. So Pancake Swap is not a bridge. Pancake Swap basically just swaps certain currencies within where you're. Well, wait a minute. No, would Pancake Swap count as a bridge? It would not. No.
Right. That's an exchange. Good question, though. Because the reason that some people can get them mixed up is because it does the same thing. Like when you go to Rango, you're basically doing swaps. But right now, Pancake Swap will rely on another bridge app to move things to another blockchain.
Okay, got it.
And so initially, like I was saying, last year, you're just happy to bridge it over. I mean, it would take forever, and you didn't care about the price. Well, unless you were coming from Ethereum. Then you cared about the price. But it was just, you didn't know. You clicked the button and you just hoped that it would eventually show up. If you were technical, you could go to the BSC scan or the Ether scan and look at the transactions. But now, because bridging is becoming something that people are willing to compete for, they want people's money because they're making transactions. They're making it more transparent. So you still have to be technical.
There's different places to do this. And did you're about to go find something and then
but our messages erase after 24 hours. So
got it. Okay, got it. Yeah. So if you don't know, like on an exchange, you pay a certain little percentage to transfer BUS dollars to BNB or something else. You have to pay a little bit, quote unquote, the gas fees. Or is that the actual slippage? That's actually a good little.
No. You're saying it right. Slippage is included, but you have to pay gas fees.
Got it. So then you have to pay a little bit for that. So it's the same thing with these, basically these bridging little applications. When you want to bridge one thing to another, you're going to pay a little bit. And that's what she was just talking about. You didn't care what price you paid if you could just find one that was reliable. So.
Right. Yeah. And so what'll happen a lot for the little guys, like when I was doing it last year, I was trading with $25 or $50. Bridging something was, they were like, oh, I'm sorry. You have to spend a minimum of X to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And there were only these exchanges, they only had liquidity or an amount of tokens that they could say, it's like you coming to me, Matt, and saying, hey, I can't get to the place you can get to. I'm gonna. Will you trade me some tokens and then
Okay.
use your tokens to go over there? Well, I've got to have the tokens to swap back with you, right?
Yeah.
So if you say, hand them to me, I've got to know. Well, last year they had Ethereum, maybe some BNB,
Yeah.
but they didn't have any other coins. So it was a very high price because for me to even do that exchange with you, I might have to pay a cost and gas as well as, I've got to go get them.
Got it.
That's the same thing that's happening on these bridges. Both sides have to have enough of the coin that you want to buy to facilitate it, that.
So then they probably have a certain minimum that like you just said, they had a certain minimum. Like, hey, I just want 3 of these coins. Sorry, the minimum is 25 or something.
Right.
What was the highest minimum you had seen last year? I know that's a micro.
Lovely Sexio. So it was when I was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to get in the drip so bad.
Okay.
My average drip was $250 would leave my wallet, $15 would end up in drip. So one of the times, I don't know how it happened, but I sent $50 to Sexio, and then they sent me $49 to my wallet, right? I was like, oh, cool. Well, the next time I went to go do it with $50, they minimum was $40 a fee.
Holy
So
crap.
they transferred it, and I was like, why do I have $10 now? Because I didn't understand crypto at all, right? But that wasn't even a bridge. But where it got me was when I discovered Phantom. And then you had the only true avenue into Phantom at that time was Spooky Swap.
Phantom is an actual blockchain if you don't know. Go ahead.
And so I would use them to go over, and it would take forever. But what I did not know is that they were using their front end to connect to the bridge everybody else was using. They just had a prettier interface.
Okay.
Right. And so then that evolved to that. Some people were saying, well, you know what? I have this crap coin, but a lot of it, I can trade this crap coin on both sides cheaper. I can get you a better rate as opposed to going from the coin that you want to this coin. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do some magic and I'll sell coins and blah, 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 blah. So it started getting a lot more complex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I go to them, like I said, I like to see the very detailed explanation of, okay, I have to click on this button. And then that's going to swap. Then I have to switch blockchains. I want to see all the steps because sometimes when these transactions are stuck, it'll swap it to another coin before it makes the swap over to another blockchain. What? And let's say it fails.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just say, okay, I swapped it over from BNB to BUSD. And now I want to bridge the BUSD over to the Binance Smart Chain.
Right.
But let's just say this was on Ethereum.
Jesus.
But for whatever reason, your power goes out. You're not able to do the transaction, whatever. Let's say it fails. You go back to the website. It's going to say, sorry, transaction failed.
Right.
Well, what happened? A new person is going to go, my money's gone.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. But no, it's not. You still have the BUSD in your wallet. Mm-hmm. And now you can reperform the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But what is also happening, however, is that nefarious people are starting to pop up. But I'll get to that in the end.
Well, and let's give a little context here. So how it's actually applicable to you. And this is not saying go use it, but this is saying, this is what Potter uses and this is what Potter likes. So the question is, where is it that you go? Is it a certain website? Is it a certain DApp? That you like the most that tells you step by step, all right, now you need to do this. Now it's in this, it's processing, whatever. Is there a certain DApp or website that you go to?
Yes, Rango.
It is. So it's still Rango. Got it. RANGO.
I'm sorry.
RANGO.
Mm-hmm.
.io.
RANGO. Oh, sorry.
You're good. I like it.
Oh, wow. I did that on the internet. That's there forever. No.
I like it. No, I like it. No, but it rank RANGO.io.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, we'll we'll put it down there. And while Potter's looking for that, got a couple people here. I appreciate y'all being here. Want to know, have you done bridging? Do you have any stories about bridging that absolutely terrified you, like myself, where I did Bitcoin to REN BTC to finally get over to BNB, and how it took literally 45 minutes, almost an hour, to get it to there? It was terrifying.
It's app.rango.exchange.
App.rango.exchange. We'll put that in the comments.
Right. And so when I use it, after you initiate the swap, it has a little thing you can click on view details, and it shows you every stage of where it is. Okay. And so, like I just gave you this description of what happens if on the front side, let's say you're on the blockchain of choice, but you want to get over to the other blockchain. Mm-hmm. And let's say, okay, it does the swap. Now it has to change. Or it doesn't do the swap. It has the direct swap over to the other blockchain, right?
Is that it?
Yep.
Cool. Nice.
And so if you select at the top, select BNB right there, down.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
So what I liked about this one is that you can click on the different, where it says next to all, click on BSC.
Okay.
And you can click through them. These allow you to see all the tokens that you can swap on those different chains from Rango.
There's Phantom.
Right. It'll also show you what's in your wallet.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you let's go to click on that again, and then click on AVAX C at the top. Yeah.
Click on AVAX at the top.
AVAX C. It says AVAX C. It's a little clicky button right there.
Oh.
Oh, one more time.
Oh, got it. My bad. Yeah.
No worries. So generally, and right there, you can type in AVAX. Right. And it shows you the different flavors of AVAX.
Okay.
Right. And so after you were to click the transaction, let's just say that you were like, okay, it swapped it over. It's not going to do it because your wallet's not connected. But let's say it failed on the other side. It said, oh, I'm in the process of swapping, and I swapped it to one coin. Before it goes to your final coin, I have to do one thing. And let's say your computer craps out. And now you know, oh, wow, I don't have the coin I want. Let's say it wanted to change it to USDC before it changed it to AVAX, for example. You'd have to go, where is it? And so the way that I do that is I use these exchanges a lot to go into an exchange, because so on Avalanche, the one that I use is Trader Joe. I think there's Pangolin and there's another one. But sometimes when you click on the exchanges have code that will read what's inside of your wallet.
Okay.
Right. So that's a way that you can go and find, okay, my transaction didn't go through. I know because I don't have the AVAX that I was trying to buy, but I know I have USDC. Sorry. Yeah. I know I have USDC, and you should be able to see that in your wallet.
Okay.
Now, this generally happens quite a bit, right? Like your bridging is about 75 to 80% successful, right? So
it seems pretty low.
Huh?
Seems pretty low,
Yeah. I mean, but you can get comfortable with it when you have that stream, successes where you're like, oh man, this is nothing.
Yeah.
And so the danger is when these bridges are allowing you to make these transfers, they're saying, and you can go look at any of the BSC scan or whatever, and go look at the contracts that you signed up for. You've given unlimited rights for them because they don't want to negotiate you putting in, okay, I only want to approve you for this swap of 100. Because so many things are going to happen during that bridging process. They just want to, look, unlimited, trust us, we'll get this done. But when I went back and I looked at, because I always check on my rect, I don't want my contracts always, just there. And I was like, where are all of these contracts coming from? And I realized it was from bridging.
What you just said, because I don't think they caught that. You just said you go back and checked on the projects that were quote unquote wrecked or lost, or they were rugged or whatever. You say you go back and check on them?
I go back to if you bring up BSC scan, I go back to BSC scan,
Uh-huh.
and I take a look at more contracts. It has a little more, and
Uh,
I connect my wallet to see how many contracts I have connected to that wallet.
okay.
After I look at that, then I'm able to see, um, uh, you know, contracts that have a limit to what they can do,
Mm,
like a limit to how much I've approved for them to take out of my wallet on my behalf.
hmm.
So if you don't look at that, a lot of developers right now are very lazy. So they'll just put unlimited,
Okay. Okay. I got
right?
you. So you're saying when a developer is making their project and they go copy and paste some code from a previous project, if they don't look at that, got it. Okay. Understood.
Yeah, sometimes they do that, and sometimes they're like, okay, if I put the code in, I'm gonna have to now validate that it's the right amount.
Mm,
Somebody who's trying to bridge something, it can't be an exact amount. You know what I mean? And so
mhm,
if I refuse them, and then I have to do something as I'm trying to buy the token to get it over there,
mhm.
it's going to spit back an error that's not going to explain what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be able to say, "Oh, you were off by 3 cents."
Hmm.
Please input the number again. It's going to go revert. Like, what does that mean?
Hmm.
you know? So that's one of the reasons, but I don't know where I went there. But
No, you're
that's
good.
what, okay.
You're well, no, you're good. And so, and to clarify here, so Rango, and I did put that in the comments there. The
Okay.
Rango exchange is considered a bridging platform, and Pancake Swap is not considered a bridging platform.
No, it's an exchange.
Huh. So Rango, I mean, it says Rango Exchange.
Yes,
What?
it's an exchange and a bridging platform. It does both. Spooky Swap is an exchange and a bridging platform.
Okay. Okay.
I think maybe Uniswap does. I don't use Ethereum, so
Okay.
uh, I think that there's others out there who also do it. But Clever Bridge is probably one of the bigger ones that is out there.
So Pancake Swap is only an exchange, but
Mhm.
they don't bridge things.
Correct, because it's considered the native. They're trying to consider themselves the native DEX, right? So they don't want you to go in anywhere else. They only want you doing business on the Binance Smart Chain.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, got it. So this Rango can speak and exchange, not exchange, bridge from BTC to BNB, right?
Can do from what to BNB?
So Rango, it can do BTC to BNB,
Not
right?
BTC. It can do Ethereum, all the ones that we saw in the dropdown.
Okay.
Bitcoin is a whole different network, a whole different blockchain. Like, it's one of the reasons why Ethereum is so dominant because there are not many applications written on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Huh.
So when you're saying BTC there, it's
Yeah.
like, you see how it says Phantom? Like, type in BTC. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. See, yeah, see, you can see all the different ones
So
that are
then
handled.
there's a Solana, there's a BTC, there's a Phantom. Huh.
No, this is really good because a lot of people don't understand, as
Yeah.
well as what it'll do is it'll show you on Rango, it shows you the amount of time it's going to take approximately. Right? So you'll know how long you should be, sitting at your computer,
Hmm.
because you are going to have to approve things,
Hmm.
right? Every transaction, when you engage with a blockchain, it's saying, if the application is saying, "Hey, can I operate on your behalf?"
Hmm.
You go yes, and they say, "Okay, click sign, sign." Okay,
Right.
he approved it, right?
Hmm.
So now he or she approved it. Now I can, do that action.
Hmm.
So it's really important that when you're using these types of tools that are doing something so important, they're going to get you into plays that you can't get into.
Yeah.
Just take your time. Like,
Yeah.
know that it's not easy. Uh, there are minimums that are required,
Right.
that you should do to test. ever
Yeah.
do something like the people who I don't know if they'll watch the show. The people who've always been wrecked around me have been like, what can happen? You know? I'll tell
What
you
are
what
you
can
are
happen.
you saying? Are you saying when you're about to bridge from one like BTC to BNB or whatever, you're saying only do like 1/20th of your actual amount, and then if that works, then do the rest of it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is
Okay.
a strong suggestion.
Got
That is what, like, if you're trying to say, hey, it's money I can afford to lose,
Mm-hmm.
don't waste the money that you can afford to lose trying to go, oh, this should work, because crypto and DeFi specifically is not ready for prime time. It is ready for people who know what they're doing.
Got it.
They have an adequate understanding of technology.
Yep.
And so that's one of the things that we want to, expand on the show. I've been like sitting here about my capabilities and, what I've done and who I am technically. And we really are trying to show you guys how to build. So I was trying to not come off too overpowering, but I think Matt was like, I think you should do that. It's a differentiator. We're not trying to, sell you on a new DApp. We're just trying to explain how we're doing it, and as well as use the expertise that I have in cybersecurity for you not to get wrecked.
Yep, exactly. We're here every Thursday, Friday, 10 Eastern. If you're feeling squirrely, slide on by. Really appreciate y'all being here with us. Had 2 people with us the whole time, 3 people at one point. Drop us a comment if you're watching this in playback and let us know, have you had any horrors of the bridging world, the exchanges? Drop comments. We want to engage with you, so we want to see it. Potter, you got anything in closing?
Yeah, let us know if you like this, and comment, like, subscribe. By the way, I think we should have one of those things that pops up that says, wink, wink.
We can do that. We can do that.
So no, if this isn't the kind of stuff you guys want to hear,
let us know.
Let us know too.
Yeah, let us know. We want the good and bad feedback. We want to know.
Yeah.
Well, builders, we'll see you tomorrow, and keep building.
Keep on.